So these are the new garments for the characters. We have the knight. Oops. This guy's neat. That's the next character. Druvis. So right now most of these garments are for the event that's order 1.6. These are some old garments, but this is from like the horror one. X. It's like, I see you. So right now she's my top DPS. And she's also one of my characters that I maxed out. It might have a trailer or thing in the beginning when I click on it.
Are we really going in the right direction? This place is nothing but grass, grass and grass. The Eastern arcane skill, you said, is just a deception.
No one is begging you to stay here.
Hey Fluffy Panda, thanks for the raid. We're watching the introduction for the new event. Welcome in, Raiders.
Oh, two foreign merchants. I'm Jianyangzi, filling in for the former Zhili. Are you in trouble?
Our teammates were turned into horses and brought away by a talking giant bird.
You should not be here. The Featherman is related to some disappearances in the city.
You're a Xiangrui. Why do you have to do that?
Stop this now, or even a real Xiangrui cannot save you from the disaster.
They pretended to be merchants to get into the city, but they are actually with the Featherman.
Casting the Eastern arcane skill we're looking for requires a price. A terrible price.
So this is the
picture of the wanted is complete. Please have a look.
Featherman.
All thanks to that foreign lady.
Alright, so welcome in, Raiders. How's everyone? How's your stream, Fluffy Panda? Welcome in, Blue Eyes, Saki, Gator. I'll read the thing right behind me. Notes on Shuri. Whispers of the mysterious East. A team of investigators in a desolate land uncover secrets from within city walls. So I'm not sure if you guys paid attention to the trailer, but I guess there were merchants going, coming out, and then like somehow I'm not sure if it was the bird person or something that was transforming all the merchants into horses, and now the I guess the head or a guy or something is asking for help. Alright, so what is this? Okay, so this is a side cube. We can get 2 if we get enough. And let's see what else is there. Okay, 3 doors, another event popped up, but these are like the 3 doors are puzzles. I'm not sure what this is, probably another story. And these are the raid battles. Alright, so let's enter. Is it this one that we're entering? So we're doing story mode. Okay, safe travels. Farewell, mother. Leave your resentment behind. This is as far as it goes. No need for goodbyes. Notes on Shuri. Stage 1, safe travels. But it wasn't safe. We're in St. Petersburg. The smoke of the fatherland is sweet and pleasant to us, especially in the early mornings when someone is about to travel far from home. However, it's not obvious in this completing.
Пистолета уже давно не появлялась. Я слышала, что цена была низкая и рабочих рук у них не хватало. Эти торговцы жадные, как бездонная яма. Впрочем, как и все фермеры.
So this is usually what happens when they're in the foreign lands. So they're, you know, talking that language. So, newspaper? Their cart hasn't been here for a long time. They say the price was too low, and they were short-handed. Those vendors are as greedy as the bottomless pit, like those farmers.
Дым, пыль, приискиватели — это последнее, что нужно этому бедному городу.
The smoke, the dust, and the opportunists are the last things needed in this poor town.
В прошлый раз она была в отъезде целый год и не прислала ни одного письма. Сейчас она опять уезжает в такие места, где подружиться можно только с комарами, шами и с дымом.
Last time, she was away for a whole year and didn't write a single letter back. Now, she's leaving again to a place where she can only make friends with the mosquitoes, lice, and exiles.
Святая Мария, не дай ей заболеть или вернуться домой ослепшей, как та женщина.
Sweet Mary forbids she could get sick or come back blind, like that woman.
Вы имеете в виду медаль, врученную за исследование? Она из бронзы. Кто знает, сколько рублей она стоит. Не говоря уже о тех балах, которые она упустила. Молодые кавалеры приходили и уходили, но у нее даже не было возможности с ними познакомиться.
Oh, you mean the medal awarded by His Majesty? It's made of bronze. Who knows how many rubies it's worth? Not to mention the balls she has missed. Young Carriers has come and gone, but she hasn't had the chance to meet any of them. The grumbles easily sneaks into her room through the window with a floating dust. The one being complained about closes the door. She needs to pack carefully in a room full of noise and interruptions. For a long journey, everything is too essential to forget.
Route confirmed. Clothes, maps, carriage ticket, reference letter, glass bottles, rock hammer, and the knife in my pocket. Oh, I need to waterproof the papers. Linen, it's, oh, here it is.
The fabric left from the last trip was his brother had a brother wife that remembered, perhaps because it was holding paper for only one user this time. It seems much more empty than it used has been. Using such a large fabric is a luxury for her.
I could bring more new parchment this time. Wait, why is it already used?
Are you talking about Zenless Zero? So the ZZZ one that's coming out in is it June 6th or is it July 6th? So is it the Xeno Zenless Zero? Oh. What other new game? Is it like a Scarlet or Yeah, probably never heard of it. A written document is hidden between blanks of sheets of paper. The handwriting is inconsistent, but neatly penned. It seems to have deliberately forgotten and is now being rediscovered at this very moment. Fortunately, there are signatures in the margin, left as a discrete footnote for each page. Recorded by Yenisi.
It's a record I wrote from dictation. Judging from the handwriting, I must have done it in the wild. The edge is ragged, so probably it's been stored for over a year since it dried. Over a year? Oh, it's the travel diary Madame Besmertz asked me to write down for her. Maybe I should call it travel notes? Either way, I think I had completed the arrangement and sent the original to her. There's no way I forgot such an important thing. So, what is it doing here? And it's missing a few days of records. October 10, October 16, October 17, October 17. Cloudy. We sold the carriage and rented boats from the local farmers to sail along the River before it froze. In this way, we might be able to enter the city of Omsk without passing the North Gate. After all, the travelers from the Far East had said the city was heavily guarded like a fortress, and the guards would not overlook the slightest inconsistency between people's stories and their documents. We had to go through this trouble because we were in such a rush when we set off that we had little time to prepare the documents. They were far from authentic enough to convince the guards.
Before we left, I gave several speeches to raise funds for the travel. The last speech was in a new park in the downstream area of the River. My assistant described to me that the park was crowned by a large pile of cumulative rock, which was burdened with the European Russian vegetation, all in its best time of year. This is the note on the 17th, the day after October 18th. I have almost no recollection of that day. Child, do you recall anything?
The girl is busy checking her records, but after a while, she opens her mouth to respond.
October 18. I do. After we took a break and collected the supplies we needed, you talked to the governor. He introduced you to a historian and sent a land surveyor.
Oh. Yes, I remember it now. Bits of trivia. Let's skip that day for now.
Yes, madam.
October 19th, partly sunny. I elaborated on my plan in my speech in the park. One of my arguments mentioned the Douchois festival in the Eastern Land.
Legend of the Douchois festival.
I was gratified to see that the audience was drawn to the relations between land worship and the historical geological features in Asia, and the investigation materials about a long-lost arcane skill. While the forms of land worship vary from one religion to another, the stories about an Eastern arcane skill known to the merchants as Ask and Acquire are almost identical.
I wonder who this lady is.
In those stories, men and women with determined minds overcame the highest mountain and the deepest canyon to seek an answer. They patiently endured the suffering like the ascetics, pleading for the gods of Shuri's motherly mercy and hoping to be given what they asked.
The quilt quickly makes a note of these important words, from unknown to familiar. She has known these names for a long time.
Even to this day, after the Seekers are long gone, the god has never shown itself to any one of us. But we know it was there, for there is no better proof of the ask and acquire than this revived land. There is a sureness in people's remarks on ask and acquire. They are certain about its authenticity, like any geologist would not doubt the difference of soils in floodplains and mountains. That's right. Do we really have to see it to believe it? None of us have ever touched one sedimentary rock, but we can infer that such a thing exists.
The girl's speedy transcription follows in close synchronization with the speaker's words, but even so, she hesitated at this moment.
Madam, your analogy?
Is there a problem?
The existence of sedimentary rock can be verified, but that of the lost arcane skill cannot.
Which is what I'm going to do now, to find the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle.
Pardon me, ladies.
The third voice rings out. A young man in glasses tightens up his clothes and walks towards them.
She's right. We do need to find something, otherwise, how are we supposed to make up for this time we've spent running and waiting?
What?
Take a good look around.
The girl realizes there will be nothing more for her to record today, and puts away her pen and paper. Then she stands to take a couple views of the steps now that the roaring wind and rain has ceased. Vultures at the same colors as the deep earth hovers above their heads, gazing at the scavenger intent and all the creatures below them that seems to stop moving.
The rain has stopped.
Don't act like you just noticed it, miss. How much longer are we going to wait, huh? Long enough for the vultures to eat flesh and bones?
You.
You don't have patience?
You're troubled by unnecessary concerns. The vultures are scavengers. They are here only for the animal corpses brought by the thunderstorm. They will leave us alone.
So they don't pose a threat. Then what's with the waiting?
He hears Herdy's speech reveals his nervousness, though Yancy doesn't understand why.
If you're trying to get us back on the road, you have the right to propose it directly. The team discusses to decide the next step. That's how things have worked all the way. We are not trying to waste your time.
That's what I mean. We should get going now.
I see. We will suggest the directions as usual, and everyone will vote to decide.
Oh no, you don't get it. There's no need to discuss or vote.
Why not?
Because we are not going forward, but going back. That's the only direction available.
Yancy stares silently at Krolik. She disagrees, but politely waits for him to finish speaking.
I'm not the only one with this idea, Miss Bestman. Those legends from the East, that the show festival, is it? And the arcane trick you call ask and acquire. None of them matter more than our lives.
He is right. The girl can only turn her head in silence further away, to that desolate, boundless, snowless winter landscape, all that remains of the temperature land, as the withered glass scattered with the wind. The storm has blown through us here as well, sweeping away almost every living thing, and the young man's purpose as clear as the open land that lies in front of them.
Can anyone promise there won't be another emergency like this? What if we can't find shelter next time? Yeah, we'll be lying dead out there just like those corpses.
I hear you.
It has been 37 days since we left us, heading south. The 5th day on these steps have been gone without fresh water. If everything has gone according to plan, they would have already been sitting in the they had captured the sudden storm. Yet, the two people who have put this team together did not anticipate such a eventuality.
Given what happened earlier, it is only reasonable that you would wish to return.
That marks a moment of disagreement. Before the half-meant measures sow the seeds of discord. Is there gonna be an attack? We saw the attack. To be continued. Diego, right? Or did I pronounce it wrong? Raise your hand and settle this like civilized people. Oh, so there's a fight. Since it costs energy, there's a fight in here. There's neither a single voice of opposites nor one of support from their fellow travelers. It's best Mert could see their expression. She might realize that this silent ascent has actually been the sound of plotting minds.
So are we on the same page?
I fully understand where you're coming from, and I acknowledge your reasoning.
What are you trying to do?
But we still need a vote to decide.
Kuro opens his eyes wide, pure joy flickering within them, and waits for the person in front of them to utter the words he longs to hear.
Wait.
Yinsi couldn't stop the inevitable. The explorer, with a knack of speeches, always seemed to have a strong belief in her own persuasiveness.
No problem, of course. It's the civilized way to solve it. But I require we skip the speech. We have no time to waste on your monologue.
All right.
Welcome back.
Madam!
All right, gentlemen. If you agree to go back, please, raise your hand.
As these words land on the listeners not far behind him, the people slowly begin to raise their hands to the ears, fingers crossed. In the end, Krulek had it. He faced both of them, simply raising his hand as though grandstanding somewhat, and the victorious smile stretches through his face.
4-2. See, we can make decisions in no time. All right?
This is the trap, madam. We
Wait,
can't just
is he that harpy person?
really fine with going back empty-handed like this?
Who is Miss Mark?
The vote was required by Miss Bessman, not me. And you, I'll take it that you're challenging me to a duel if you continue with this slander.
No, good sir. Please don't take it the wrong way. We don't have to go physical.
What about Mr. Urian? He has not voted yet, so the vote is not over.
The girl believes she has reached the heart of the matter, even if her rational mind knows that a single vote would be no use. Still, she insists.
Oh, he's too tired to show up. But I'm sure he shares the same idea with us because we are all humans. Of course, he's on our side.
Nancy doesn't intend to say much to the young man and decides to cross over to the group of people ahead to search for their final voter. That is until another tall man stands up, sealing to block their path. Hey Roadstorm, how's everything? How are you doing?
Say no more, Krolek. Pack your things. Let's head back.
Fine. We'll split up from here then.
We'll take all the supplies with us, or we can't make our way back. No discussion.
He looks even tougher than the communications they sent. And after saying his piece, he bursts off past Yinses down through the narrow rock crevice and leads the way towards the supply box behind them. A moment ago, they were all there, recounting their previous journey together.
Gentlemen, the team was put together in good faith. Perhaps we should negotiate, not...
Jensen's solution is to chase after him and plant herself between the man and Bismarck.
The compass doesn't work here. You need me to find the way back. Leave our supplies, and I'll show you the way.
You have to do this the hard way.
The man shakes his head, clearly unwilling to accept the proposal. In her shock, Jensen instantly protects the person behind her, realizing that confrontation seems inevitable. Battle! I will use this. What's team 2, right? No, team 4? See, what's team 3? Alright, team 4 it is.
Let's kill time together.
Sterilize. Yeah, I know. Handy.
Oh, hi.
This dude don't recognize me? What about now?
That, my friends, is not how civilized people solve their problems.
Who's this guy? Oh wait, he's the person that she was talking about. The voice is calm and composed, but its gravity brings a swift end to the playful duel.
Mr. Jorian. For that thing, does it like already come with the decals like on it, or do you have to like put it separately? In a makeshift team of this sort, the eldest member is often bestowed a special prestige based on their experience.
Mr. Jurian.
Oh, I see.
Monsieur Krolik, I thought you were here to discuss the reallocation of supplies with Madame Besmer. I didn't expect this.
Well...
It's true that you didn't choose to be here. You are here because you have an important mission given by the governor to complete. We have come this far. Do you really want to give up now?
The man's frame visibly streaks. Their presence of communication has been exposed, and every word spoken by the elder makes it more and more impossible for him to offer a rebuttal.
As for you, gentlemen, Petrov, I'm surprised you're here too. It's a risk that none of us expected, but it shouldn't have broken your will. I remember you showed a great interest in those ancient strata in the south when we were at the speech.
All we need is safety. There will always be a buffer period after extreme weather. We should seize the chance and head back. If you persuade Miss Besmet to give us a confirmed date before which we can find the running water and come back, we can stick to the original plan.
Madame Besmet?
Certainly. You see, these are all negotiable.
Wait, about the date. We can only decide after making an inventory.
Upon hearing these words, the man takes out his pocket watch, shakes it twice, and shows Yancy the current time.
You have 30 minutes.
That's enough.
A brief consensus is reached, and the others scatter back to their former places, gather supply boxes together, and waiting for a response from the two in charge. Bismarck cautiously touches the wooden boxes. The young girl comes to her side with a pen and paper, making a quiet record of things. For a moment, the only sound between them is a pen on paper.
You know... Mr. Jorian is very interested in Arcanum and Arcanus. He is the keenest supporter of our journey besides the governor. Even if his understanding of Ask and Acquire is significantly different from mine.
The girl continues her rummaging and recording while responding gently and deftly to Bismarck's habit broaching of this parallel topic.
The legend of Ask and Acquire, as told by many merchants, always involves a certain price. The price takes different forms in the stories, but mostly it is a great danger.
I believe that refers to the highest mountain and deepest canyon in those stories.
I reckon so. But Mr. Jorian, as a human historian studying the arcane skill, believes it's a form of exchange that arcanists make with nature.
And you think he's wrong?
At this stage, we can't verify anything, so all these assumptions will have to remain assumptions. However, as we are getting closer to that mysterious land, my craving for its knowledge is also becoming stronger.
Between these words, Bismarck walks around to another box and notes that the closer the instrument is placed to it, the more distinctly she can smell the alcohol. It is obvious that the alcohol prepared for boiling point measurements has been used as an emergency resource during the night when the temperatures drop drastically. We shouldn't ask too much for such a ragtag team.
What do we know about the supplies?
Put aside the water problem, the supplies can feed everyone for 8 days, maybe 12 if we economize. We can hold even longer if there are any preys or herders along the way.
Are there any supply stations?
Our supply stations are not on these plains. At least not on the map.
How much drinking water and alcohol do we have left?
Approximately...
Doesn't sound like much.
Oh, great. These idiots put water in the alcohol. Now we are short of both.
At least the alcohol has kept them warm.
They could have just drunk the alcohol.
All right, child. Now we should focus on the direction for the next step, not these bits of trivia. Regarding which, just to be clear, what I have in mind is only slightly better than nothing.
Better how?
The moist air and the soil. Have you noticed? The soil beneath our feet is way too sticky, even for a land after a thunderstorm. I'm not entirely sure about this, but I tend to think that there is groundwater beneath us. Which means we are close to running water.
All right. Let me think about how to get us there.
Can't you use your arcane skill?
What? Just because you don't know what to do doesn't mean you should count on this thing. You're not like them.
I just want to make use of everything we have.
Fine, I told you how it works. Without new running water, the old samples in the bottles can only show us the way back. That's the best they can do.
To prove this, the girl takes a glass bottle from her person and places it on the waiting, doubtful hand.
This one is from the lower course of the River. The arcane energy I can use for divination has almost faded away. Can it show us the way back? Sure, but that's not what we want. Only Mr. Krolik and his men would be happy to hear that.
Upon hearing this, Besma stands up straight. Although she cannot see her eyes, her silent posture alone seems to affect Aura of rapid thought. Elsie looks up at her. You can almost hear the sound of the gear spinning in her skull.
To think on the bright side, we still have a chance to go home.
But I didn't leave my homeland to go back there, madam.
Yes, I know. I feel the same. I'm not suggesting we turn back immediately. It's just an option. To the best of my recollection, such moist soil is often found in the mountains and floodplains of the temperate zone, especially in the forest steppes covered with Chernozem. The landscape is very different from where we are now. Before we sheltered from the thunderstorm, you told me about a mountain in the southeast. It blocked the horizon from our sight, right?
Girl's eyes widen upon hearing these words, the expression of a hopeless infinity.
Based on this, I would assume the thunderstorm was the result of a stronger convection coming from the other side of the mountain. Now, on the steppe, to form a cloud large enough to bring a thunderstorm would require a large amount of running water.
And the source of the running water is probably on the other side of the mountain.
Exactly. We can set off in that general direction. We might not find any water there. That's the worst result. In that case, we can still return here with the help of your arcane skill. As long as we have that glass bottle with us.
That's right.
We tell them we need another 5 days.
Besma grips the glass bottle in her hands, as though clinging onto the one final trace of hope.
They won't accept more days than that. If they won't even settle for this, I will convince them, like I did when I first got them on the team.
To be continued. At least for like the main event, it's like not time gated like the other some other games. The Fairyland. This meadow is an anomaly in this environment, only possible during extreme temperature shifts. It could be caused by fungus or a mysterious creature passing through. Stage 3, the Fairyland. Miss Moore didn't succeed. On one hand, as she clearly points out the direction of her thinking and provides reasons and arguments for her judgment, her human companions are easily convinced. On the other hand, all other concerns soon cease to be significant. 2 days later. The girl's eyes widen as she looks blankly at the flowing stream, appearing seemingly from thin air not far from them, as though staring at it might restore it all to its original state. She remembers clearly that she only a mile from here yesterday evening, and there's nothing to indicate the presence of a miraculous hidden feature.
This is a miracle. I'm glad we didn't give up and go back.
Wait. Something's not right.
What are we waiting for?
Not intending to wait for the answer, he runs toward the stream, and heated reactions for a long labor of the journey through the desolate wilderness.
We are on the right path. I have nothing to say.
The humans move briskly towards the rushing stream. Oh, we found a flying person! Or hear one. For a moment, only the two Arcanists remain skeptical about this new variable.
No, wait. Please don't.
Unable and unwilling to heed their shouts, they rush into the stream, sinking their faces in the water and pulling them out with smiles as wide as they had never seen such natural beauty before. Standing beside Bismarck, who has failed to stop their advance, the red-haired girl cautiously retreats as well, marking a sharp contrast with the humans who embrace the water like a fish too long in the air.
What? Madam, you didn't tell us the running water was right on the side when we pitched camp yesterday.
Yes, because I didn't notice any signs of water.
I thought it was your doing.
I wish it was. But sadly, this is beyond my power. I'm not even sure if we are still staying on the planned route.
This is obviously not good news. As Jinxi's silence reveals, Bismarck immediately realizes the enmity of her words.
Indeed. I can hear the river flowing and running against the stones and shores.
Have you noticed anything else?
Yes. I'm not an expert, though. The soil here is moist too, but it feels different, like just dampened by frequent spring rains. The dry air of winter has completely gone.
And the grass here looks nothing like the temperate grass we should be seeing in December. It's so green, as if it were April or May now.
But we haven't gone that far. Is this some kind of illusion brought by arcane power?
Whether it's an illusion or something else, there must be something wrong with the water they drank.
You're right. We can't let them drink it.
Too late for that, right? Yet the rational purpose could not change the fact that the campaign's already drunk from the abnormal water. Bismarck instantly runs forward, wishing to minimize the damage before things get worse.
Gentlemen, please listen. The water!
Hold on, madam. It's too late.
Yancy grabs her hand, trying to prevent Bismarck from running into a panic and potentially suffering a fall. Bismarck still wishes to rush forward, but finds herself unable to break free.
I have to tell them. I am the reason why they are here.
Listen, they have filled the water bags and are coming back.
Their momentary joy at finally being able to move forward is rapidly diluted. The only consolation is that the human walking back towards the two of them still appear to be normal.
What's wrong? Are you not going to fill your water bags?
Nothing. We'll go later.
The water is clean. You can even see the trout swimming. Too bad we need to keep our packs light.
Thank you. We'll fill our bags once we figure out which way we should go next.
Krolik is still by the river. He seems parched. Is he the reason you didn't go there?
No.
Alright, no problem then. I'll go check and feel the rest.
The tall companion nods and walks past the two of them and towards the previous set-down baggage. Once she is gone, Yitsa speaks once more.
Please, wait here, madam. I'll go check.
Madame Besmer!
Mr. Jorian, did you drink the water?
Oh, I did. Just like Petrov said, the water is clean. A bit sweet to taste even.
That's good then. You were looking for me. Is there a problem?
No. Look, I know you don't need any compliments, but thank you for leading us to the running water. I'm glad you once again earned their trust.
Maybe we should thank the Ask and Acquire.
Perhaps. Now, it's time for us to set out again for the Eastern Arcane skill you mentioned. But before we do that, I remember you once mentioned your assistant during your speech, saying her arcane skill was related to water and could find directions in the wild.
Yes, you remember it correctly.
A glad smile of acknowledgement appears on the face of the middle-aged man, his enthusiasm compelling him to ask one question after another.
Ah, that is so wonderful. Earlier you said that this was a safe gap, but at the time you did not explain in detail how it would work. Now, may I have the honor to witness it? How does she communicate with water? Will she be possessed? Or like those mystics in the palace?
Sir, my arcane skill cannot predict what will happen precisely, and it is not cast through possession. Please do not overestimate what you don't understand and simply count on it.
I know, child. I'm only curious and hoping to see it with my own eyes.
No, sir. It is not an exhibit in the museum or a play in the theater.
Oh.
The girl shakes her head and firmly refuses Juran's request once again. But he doesn't care. He has received more of an answer than he expected, and as he leaves, he smiles and straightens his collars again, bidding goodbye to both of them respectfully.
They look all right.
For now, yes. I feel uneasy about it. I have to go there.
There is little you can do even if you go there, given the condition of your eyes. I will go check them, one by one.
Wait. Mr. Jorian just asked about your arcane power. Maybe now was a good time.
What?
When you look for the direction with your arcane skill, check if the water is real.
What if it's not?
In that case, child, we have no choice but to divine our way back, with the water in your bottle.
There's more worries and helpless words echoes in Yustin's ear.
Fine, I'll do it. I will find the direction through divination, verify if the water is running, and check if anything's wrong.
The girl takes a step forward and walks towards the strange babbling string that seems to have come from nowhere.
Святые воды, пожалуйста, теките, теките. Пусть ваша милосердная любовь и забота плывут вместе с пеной вдаль. По пути вы сможете поливать корни, увлажнять траву и обливать душу медом. Как будто поднять поток с рифа, об который разбиваются волны. Я пойду к этому потоку. Все будет так, как я сказала. Southeast.
The empty glass bottle falls from her loosened grips. The girl looks dazed as she picks up her damp and heavy feet from the water, heading to the southeast. Half of her mind is still in the realm of the realm. The sounds she hears are fragments into pieces that she only attempts to fit together. Yet through the difficulty of her present mind of state, she tries her best to make sense of what Bismarck is saying.
Easy, Yenny. Take your time.
Yes. Yes. The sign has come out. I asked the river to show me the place with the strongest arcane energy. Then it pointed at the southeast among all the other directions. That is probably the direction we are looking for. And yes, this river is real. Running water. It is flowing with vitality.
All right. Perhaps I was wrong.
It's never wrong to consider all the possibilities, Nathan. Please, wait here. I will mark the direction and inform everyone of it.
Sure.
To be continued. 4. Let's see how far we could get. Usually I go up to 10. Strange horses, the walking man, the crouching animal, in a blink of an eye, in a fleeting moment. Oh, you are a strange horse. The spring scenery. The expedition teams continue to trek in the direction indicated by the river. As they do, they secretly notice the terrain beneath them change until the parties at last find themselves walking across bare rock. The uneven green rocks merge with grayish and purple granite, rough and jagged, in spots. Tumbleweeds and sand rice plants. Pierces through the jagged stone, bellowing and cascading, and then plummeting down the cliff. The travelers also feel as though they are moving downward. As the surrounding particular increase, so too does their breathing, which becomes increasingly restricted.
You did prove yourself right by finding running water for us. So I'm not judging you this time, but...
Where are they running from?
Are we going the wrong way?
No. This is the right direction.
But it's getting harder and harder to breathe, even if we are going down the mountain.
What about you, madam? Are you feeling all right?
I feel fine. Perhaps because I'm used to climbing mountains. But we are definitely 3,000 meters above the sea level now. It's normal if you're feeling unwell at this height. If only we still had alcohol. Well, it's just a thought. I wouldn't have gathered enough courage to climb up that slope if I hadn't taken the last few sips.
Bismarck shakes her head, dispelling unnecessary thought, and instead pursues another possibility.
But, child, are you sure we are on the right path?
I don't think it's wrong. The clearer the sign, the higher the accuracy. And the sign I just saw happened to be exceptionally clear.
What about the others? Are you feeling all right? Shall we stop and take a short break?
I have a bad feeling. Instead of a break, we need a new direction.
Oh.
Before we do anything, can we have some rest? My head has been pounding for a while. I thought it was common in the mountains and you all felt the same.
Yes. Headache is a common altitude sickness, sir.
Wait, is that tumbleweed? I don't think it belongs here.
Yes, and finally notices a large bundle twirling not far away.
I hear. Are they rolling nearby? Are you sure? This is not the right season for them to roll and spread seeds.
I'm not seeing things, I guess. But I don't know why they are here. And those flowers.
The team members at the end of their process stops in the tracks. The others besides it also stops as a result. Until the entire team comes to a standstill.
Something's wrong.
Hey you! Where are you taking us? Haven't you noticed the rocks around us? Their color is abnormal. I've never seen anything like this. Not even in books. And look at the holes in the rocks. They were made by water erosion. And that's not supposed to happen in this climate.
Calm down, sir. Perhaps we have reached somewhere beyond the other adventurers' records, but that's all.
What about this? How are you going to explain it? Another one of your stupid arcane skill tricks?
Yancy lowers her head and looks at what seems ordinary yellow. Wait. Yancy lowers her head to look at what seems to be an ordinary yellow flower. Oh, it's withering! Ah! But these flowers wither almost immediately after blooming. It would be difficult to describe such a scene as anything less than a miracle or a curse.
What? This is...
What is it? Explain what?
I don't know what species it is. It looks like a mini sunflower, but...
Told you we should head back. Something's wrong with this dump.
Agree. We have a situation now. We should go back while we still can.
Mademoiselles, I have to say this is beyond my imagination.
It's just a flower, yes? Why are you all so scared? I can't see, but...
Bismarck reached out to grasp the flower again, but the petals wither beneath her fingertips. Now more puzzled, she tries touching a complete cluster, but only ends up with a handful of withered husks. The scene of these withered fragments turn round as their sweet fragrance disappear, leaving her being captured by only the base note of her perfume.
The smell.
Everything is wrong here. The fog is not supposed to form in this latitude. The terrain is strange. And the plants, they wither in an instant.
I don't want to say this, but this place seems to be cursed. These phenomena make no sense. We have to go back now.
The voice of the young man is more resolute than ever before. Faced with a bizarre situation, escape is unarguably the more rational choice.
You heard them, madam. What do you say? Things are indeed weird.
No, we are not returning. We have made it through the thunderstorm. What could be more dangerous than that? Perhaps we are getting close. Like those merchants said, there will be a price we must pay for the ask and acquire. Mr. Jorian, you also asked me about it. Don't you remember?
On the contrary, madame, I remember it clearly. I have also told you my suspicion. It could be an exchange made between the arcanist and nature.
What? Of course not.
Look around you. All these bizarre phenomena. You know I wasn't making things up. You set out to pursue that arcane skill, yet we ended up here.
I don't know what your next plan is, but count me out.
Agitated by the abnormal phenomenon and the talk of possible sacrifice, the young man pushes Bismarck aside and stands with the others at the back of the group. A previous scene of division and opposite repeats itself.
No, I swear on my life. That is not my intention.
Madame Besmirch would never do that. The point is, the compass doesn't work here. You will get lost on the way back without me.
There's no doubt this is part of your scheme.
Excuse me?
Mr. Julian already told us about your secret arcane skill. It's our last hope of getting home in this flight. We trust him. That being the case, you must come with us.
No. I came here with Madame Besmirch. I'm not leaving without her.
Jens also expressed her intentions clearly. Never been one to be swayed by internal force, unless...
Let's...
It's fine, Madame. We can keep going on our own.
Let's go back.
Unless the person she is sporting lowers her head first.
It's all right. Though I can't see, I can imagine how shocking it must be to make you so uneasy. When we get back to the pasture land...
I'm sorry, madam. We're not taking you.
What?
I don't think we have enough supplies for everyone to make it back. So certainly someone must be abandoned.
Jens takes a deep step closer until she's clearly blocking the depressed Bartman's path.
Then allow me to say no. I will not show you the way without Madame Besmirch in the team.
No, Yenny. You're going with them.
But they're leaving you behind.
Looks like your assistant has made her own decision. Sorry, but I never thought it would end up like this.
Enough with the talking. My apologies, ladies.
What? What are you doing?
They are now facing each other, seeming to have decided to end their dispute through force. They are acutely aware that sacrificing one may save the save the many. It is a simple matter of arithmetic.
Let's kill time together.
Yes, I know. Do this, yes, I know. Handy.
Ta-da! Time for a special massage.
What? You still don't recognize me? What about
Conventional choice.
Do this, yes.
Plan A.
What? You still don't recognize me?
What if... Huh? It's already over?
It's already over? So see, now when the one first kills that many because they try to sacrifice themselves in self-defense and selfishness. Wait, so wait, when the one kills that many because they try to sacrifice them, is it self-defense or selfishness? Well, I guess it determines because, like, they never chose to be the sacrifice, right? Standing upright is a phenomenon exclusive to humans. It is a miracle born of desire to break free from the earth and move upwards towards the sky. the outcome unfolds quite apart from everyone's expectation.
What?
What? But would there also be another issue where it's the survival of the fittest? If they're all trying to like they're all trying to gang up on you, right? And like you have no other choice. And this, I guess, survival is mostly like the most common thing for the, I guess, people. But like the thing with this one is, I think there was two different type of people. Like there's the two Arcanists, which is Beth, Mark, and Yin series, and then the other people that are in the pack are humans. So that could be another like issue thing, because I know in the beginning of the game there was a issue where the human is like a racial thing where the people were not able they didn't like the Arcanist people.
I don't understand. What is going on?
Even though they acknowledge the ultimate nature of the dispute, they are left to witness all hope of reconciliation disintegrate before them. Yesing receives no answer, as the people standing in front of her now have lost the ability to reply. So all the people that So who's the one that turned into horses? Were all the humans, or were there also one of the Arcanists turned into a horse too? Alright, we'll see after 5. We're gonna see if we can do any more wishes. Language barrier, a tower built of snow. How come no one has ever mentioned it before? Stage 5.
No way.
Now they can travel faster. Right? Turning around, she finds that her companions have transformed into an instant from a human on 2 feet to a strange hooded animals on all 4. As the only person to have witnessed the entire process in detail, with every aspect too difficult to comprehend, she can only turn her personal gaze towards her elder. But Miss Mark is also in the dark.
What's this noise? Mr. Kralik?
And the only reason they wanted to sacrifice her is, even though she's an Arcanist, she is also blind. The only answer she received is an impatient shouting of the odd toad as it tramples the grass.
Mr. Julian. Strange. I heard animals. What happened?
How to explain?
I can't see. I need your help.
Oh dear. Give me a minute. Looks like they turned into, I don't know, striped horses? Sorry, I'm not sure. I've only seen similar animals in books. They look a bit smaller than horses, but taller and bigger than donkeys. And they have yellow stripes on their skin.
Perhaps some local species on the temperate steppe. Are you certain they're transformed from Mr. Jorian and others? Not the livestock of nearby herders. I didn't cast any violent arcane skills on them, nor did you. Besides, I didn't sense any fluctuations of arcane energy.
I'm sorry, madam. I have no idea.
I think if this wasn't because of us, there must be someone else around. Stay close to me.
So what would you guys do if somehow like right in front of you, like a person turned into a horse? The importance of rallying together and remaining vigilant has already been proven to them. The sound of raptor wings. It'll be like panic, and like, am I go? It's like, and then your dog's like, am I going to be like turning into one of them too? The sound of raptor wings rapidly slicing through the air rushes towards the two travelers and their horses.
It's here. Watch out.
This is the harpy people!
Some bird of prey. It's fast, judging from the flapping sound of its wings. We must go up front to protect Mr. Jorian and the others. We might be its target. Oh, yes, the flint. Take out the flint. Kindle the sandrice to drive it away.
No, wait! I don't think that's a bird of prey, but the human with wings. And it's not coming any closer?
What? Was it like a server? Who's playing the music? Oh, it's the birds doing the music. Wait, so I'm thinking that if it wasn't the water, it was only affecting the humans? So we know this character is going to be the next time limited banner after this one, the 1.61 ends.
Madam, the thing is...
What? What did you say? I can't hear.
I said that thing looks like a human with wings!
A human? You mean it has the face of a human? Is the music also coming from it?
Alright, take care, Storm.
Yes! The music playing winged creature with a human's face. Sounds familiar, don't you think?
Harpy?
An angel? You are not serious. But the angels blow trumpets that Stickit uses to play music. I'm not sure whether it's a wand or some instrument.
The girl's voice cannot conceal their doubt. She grasps Bismarck, wishing to step back, but emerges not straight from the horses. This conflict between their instinct and reason is revealed in their fragmented words. She tries to understand the current situation, but finds it strangely difficult.
Madam, we...
Calm down, child. Look closer and tell me. What does it look like? What about its wand?
It has a human's head, dressed in grey with black wings instead of arms. Looks like a huge bird of prey. While the wand, I don't know how to describe it.
The girl hurriedly lifts her head again to confirm, and that's a similar defense to that which she cannot clearly express.
But the thing is not even holding it. It's making a sound in mid-air.
Sounds like a harpy, if there wasn't a wand.
A flute?
But it doesn't quite fit the descriptions in the book. Neither the color of its feathers nor the environment does.
As they're trying to figure out what's going on, the horses, affecting a brisk buffet, looks up to the source of the sound. Oh! It's making the horses follow it! After a brief moment, the harpy turns around, flapping its wings and slowly flies away, with the horses following closely behind as it compelled. They're the companions that were traveling with us towards to head east. So like Mr. Juron, the tall guy, Korvac. It's like all the human companions that they had. So I'm guessing. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 7. I guess 7 humans. Or am I saying is it 7? I forgot what they said when they were traveling. That they had enough for 8 people. Not 9. I don't know.
Mr. Yuri, they are leaving after that thing.
Stay calm, Yenisei. They must be under its control, but I'm not sure if a harpy can manipulate its subjects from a distance.
That's smart. Strains to extract something useful from her mind, hoping to find anything that might explain the absurdity before her. In the end, she gains nothing, and the doubt strikes at her head again like a well-paced hammer.
All right. Let's hope that...
Hope that Harpy doesn't eat horses? Madam, we can't come here and hope.
Nonsense. Hope that this is just a mind-controlling arcane skill, and they're just affected by it. That's right. We must follow that creature and break the spell on them. Now you need to...
Bestmark grabs Cicilla, while the other hand points firmly upstream towards the herd of horses. Yes, it only takes a moment to understand her intentions, and calms down.
Alright, I see what you mean. I'll go first. Please listen carefully to my footsteps and find us as soon as possible.
Unfortunately, they quickly realize the creature does not need to look back to know what's going on behind it. It merely raises talent and defies parries Yinxing's attack. That is to say, they realize soon enough that its power is far beyond what the two of them has imagined.
Hold there! What on earth do you want? Answer me!
Perhaps it is because of the disbarring in strength that the harpy seems not to feel any need to pay attention. It whirls around in midair. However, Yinxing struggles to see any discernible expressions on its human face.
Turn thee back. Seek what thou desire elsewhere.
What?
Turn thee back. There is naught to find here.
What is this sound? Speaking or singing? Sounds like a young man. Well, at least it's definitely not a harpy.
Perhaps it's talking, but the tone sounds strange. I've never heard any language like this.
Yancy tries in vain to continue forward, but the giant bird shakes its head in the air as though issuing a warning.
Thy pursuit will cost thee greatly, and yet little will be thy reward. Tread not one step more.
As the wings of the giant bird rise and heaves, in addition to the strange instrument, the horses also turn around. Their unhinged companions stand in the way as the music suddenly shifts from the melody tone to a piercing frenzy. It paints the scene of a hopeless conflict. Alright, so we're fighting the horse people now? You can have one helper and... Wait, what do you mean one helper?
That's the direction.
Yes, I know this is.
Пусть le naufrageur течет вместе с водой.
Oh, need me to get you guys an ambulance? Hey! Don't be shy, mi amigo. Just chance.
No. К вашим услугам.
Thank you for your cooperation.
We've done a good job. Now, may I have a friend help?
The striped horses are driven by the giant bird, turning their heads to block her path. Yancy can only lift her hands against the encirclement and continue launching her attacks upward.
Gentlemen, get out of the way! And you! Hey, the flying one! You can talk, right? I don't know your language, but... if you are going to eat them, you'd better think twice. Horse meat has a bad smell.
The bird remains silent. Yancy notices a slender white stick poking out from his feathers. Like a bone, but yet also like a wand.
No! Madam, watch out!
What is this?
What? I don't sense any hostility.
This attack indicates that it is, in fact, a wand. However, the two individuals supposedly subjected to this attack seems unchanged, both physically and mentally. They are exactly as they were before.
Huh?
Don't worry. I'm fine. It wasn't an attack.
As the two of them begin to explore their insurgencies, the figure flapping its wings in the air speaks once more again. This time, though, something is different.
Those whom you chase are no longer related to you once they walked in here and moistened their throats with the flowing water.
Oh, it's the water!
They are the Jutsu's concern. No more chase.
What is a GC? I don't understand. No, wait. I understand his words now. What? But what is happening? Am I seeing illusions again? Madam, what about
No, it's not an illusion. I can understand it too.
Unbelievable. Is he able to speak different languages? Or can he learn from our conversation in no time?
The attack he just made could be his arcane skill. I can sense the fluctuation of his arcane energy. It's wondrous power that allows people to communicate.
That's kind of neat.
Speculation is unhelpful to your situation. Go back to where you came from.
This time, its meaning is clear, but neither of these words are advised. Turning back has never been a considerable before, so of course they wouldn't consider it now.
No. First, you must turn them back. Second, to go back or not is our decision to make, not yours.
That was not my doing.
Innocent attempts to understand the true meaning hidden in the giant bird's words. Her mind spins rapidly, and countless questions chamber up, desperate to leap from her tongue.
You stopped here and cast that arcane skill for us to talk, which means you think communication is a available choice between us. You just mentioned the flowing water. Do you mean the river we passed by? And you say these striped horses are Jesus' concern. I need to know where that place is because they are my teammates. Besides, who on earth are you?
What you ask, I have no answer.
Then what do you know?
The 4 books and 5 classics, geomancy and tongue-way divination.
What are you talking about?
The answers to many questions, naturally.
The doubt in his tone seemed to come straight from the bottom of his heart.
Yenisei, listen to me. We might be asking the wrong questions.
But we need to collect more information or buy more time. Whatever we are going to do, we can't just let him go. He will take Mr. Yurien and the team away from us.
But clearly he is reluctant to answer these questions. Perhaps he'd be willing to exchange them for our supplies. He is trying to take them away. Perhaps because they are carrying the supplies he needs.
You mean food or what? Let's,
Stop. There's nothing else for you here. And I need nothing. What I'm here for is beyond even my own grasp.
Wait! Good sir!
The bird turns around and flaps its wing, flying way much faster than before. This time, there is no music, yet the odd creature follows closely in the wake of the wind, raised by the motion of its wings.
Darn! He flew away!
Did I say anything wrong?
Don't blame yourself, madam. He appeared to be the unpredictable type. Do you still have the strength to walk? We need to hurry up and go after him.
Bismarck grabs Jensen's arm and quickly chases after the piercing sound of the wind. To be continued. Alright, let's see, do we have enough for wishes? So we're at 6 now. Let's see, do we get anything? Nope, not enough. 6. The Yellow Sand Road. With burning feet and a chill in our throat, we navigate the same unknown. Well, since the thing did come out, so stage 6, the Yellow Sand Road. We still have what? I'm guessing 2 weeks. I hope. In the battle between the 2 legs and 4, they find. Wait, it's not auto. A heartbeat.
Madam.
The Stanima slips away faster than before on the plains. Their action becomes increasingly labored, and their steps slow to a plodding halt. Are we going upstream?
Going upstream?
Oh.
If we are, he must be taking his prey back to his nest. Is there a forest there?
I'm sorry, madam. I can't.
Is she gonna black out?
I can't see anything. Only stars.
The girl suddenly realized that she can no longer pull Bismarck along. With her energy dwindling, the sudden pause only leaves her more flustered.
Huh? Why? Why stop? Huh?
I hear horses right in front of us. And people.
And not just people. The clamor of commerce, a melody in the traveling of carriages, rolling wheels on the ground, and the sound of footsteps on the soil, and stone follow, no matter what lies ahead.
No, it's not a forest.
There are walls and people. I don't understand. Wait, could it be?
Hard city walls made of earth and stone, and a soaring gate tower, the likes of which has never been seen before, encompass as the bustling town and vivid figures within. The gate is wide open. Pesterians pass under it, as guard wearing silver armor stands at the entrance of the city.
Is it a supply station? No. Where on earth are we?
Child, please tell me where we are. I can't hear the rustling of the sand rice anymore. But there are other noises. I'm thinking, is this a settlement?
The girl shakes her head, failing to answer Bismarck's question. Having never seen such a place before, she is naturally apprehended at all that stands before her.
No, at least it doesn't look like one. Not like any towns or villages we've seen. I think I'm seeing another illusion. I see a desert, some plants, and a wooden pavilion on the yellow walls. The roof of the pavilion looks like bird wings, and the people down the walls are quite different from us.
Walls and people, right? Only a city has walls around it. I also hear those noises. It's not an illusion.
No, you don't understand. Those yellow walls and the gates don't look real at all. I've never seen any buildings like this. A pavilion on the stone walls with 4 pointy tips around the roof? They seem to be flying in mid-air.
Perhaps just a foreign architectural style.
Besides, we couldn't have gone far enough to reach a city. Unless it's a fake one. We must not go there, Ashley.
We lost track of the giant bird and the others long before we heard the noises of this city. The last thing I can recall is that the flapping of the huge wings disappeared in the south.
The girl tightly clasps Bismarck's sleeve, realizing that things are sliding in a direction beyond her control.
The city wall before you is also to the south, is it not?
Bismarck quietly turns her face towards Jinsei. Even though the girl knows her eyes are covered by fabric and unable to see a thing, this gesture seems to possess the power of a gaze. A kind of soothing, stable, but at the same time, questioning power.
Madam, you are doing it again. You never listen to me.
Child, we are standing in the right place. Behind these walls, our teammates might be suffering due to my misjudgment.
There's a pause a brief moment before she makes up her mind.
The gate is open. I can see the people in the city. But there are guards patrolling around. They are holding some spear-like weapons, and the one in the front looks quite different from us. I don't think they understand our language, even if we ask them to let us in. Remember those herders? Almost impossible to communicate with them without an interpreter.
Hope our travel documents can get us through that gate.
To be continued. Let me check the tasks. Does it show like how many? 19. Okay, 19. I'm guessing so. But it might be like 19 for story mode. Oh, okay. Well, these are battles, so there might be some more after 19, maybe. Relax. So I'm wondering if the merchants are actually going to turn back to humans or not, or if they're going to be staying as horses forever. And I'm wondering what they're gonna see when they go inside the village. The guest from afar, may you, the esteemed guest, feel right at home. Stage 7, the guest from afar. According to the instant's description, the particular looking city defenders are all clad in silver armor and bear sharp weapons in their hands. It sounds like a scene from a medieval era, having passed every barrier smoothly all the way to answer. They think the garrison here is also a piece of cake. But as it becomes clear, they are wrong to underestimate them. Even though both sides virtually understand each other's words, the paths here are still well guarded.
Please show me your pass.
You have all our documents.
This is not a pass.
Sir, you have the documents. Please, take a closer look at them.
I'm not a sir. Please show me the right pass, which shows where you come from and where you're going.
I wouldn't have been here if I knew the answers.
No pass, no entry.
The problem seems to lie in both parties failing at the art of effective communications. This bickering back and forth over useless techno pitfalls undoubtedly wastes everyone's time.
I think it has been clearly stated on our documents. The documents were issued by the association. They worked in all the borders in the north. What makes the difference here?
It's not verified. I don't know which pass let you pass with this pass, let alone the writing and the seal on it cannot be recognized. If I let you in, it will be my negligence.
Can we talk to someone else? You don't understand what we are talking about.
I understand every word you say.
Very well. If you do, friend, this is what happened. Our teammates were transformed into horses and taken away by a winged man. We think they might have been brought here, so we need to get into the city to find them. This is urgent. I hope you can understand.
I've been on duty for over 6 hours. There was no such thing as a winged man. You can't fool me with your stupid story. I've seen too many of these little tricks. The rule is, no pass, no entry.
The defender's silver armor looks like a wall of iron, from whichever angle he's seen. Innocent looks up and sees a wooden skis above the menagerie, racing straight into the sky to cast a shadow over the ground. She remembers the giant bird and suddenly wishes she had 2 head wings.
Fine. This man understands our language, but he won't buy it.
Yenny?
Fortunately, she doesn't have wings, and so she must find some other way to deal with their predicament.
Then I will see if we can make it in without this pass.
Trying to break in? You're overestimating yourself.
Just trying, because we are not given any choices, sir.
Wait, Yenisei!
Nothing unexpected. For now. Handy. Do this.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, need me to get you guys an ambulance?
Do this.
Yeah, I know.
Plan A.
Oh, need me to get you guys an ambulance? Hey! Don't you shine. 777.
So 310, so 370. Okay, so we just need 350. Emptying the glass bottles one by one, innocent weapons are quickly depleted. Across from them, the dry iron walls, the poor guards have become a wet iron wall.
Warning! Intruders! Close the gate!
Guards on the wall above the city gates respond in a quick and rhythmic steps. Below, those within the city gates scruff the sand as the heavy gate cable are twisted in reply, held tightly in their hands, awaiting their next command.
They are closing the gate! This is bad. We have to get in. Or how are we going to get them back? We can't just leave them here. Neither can I just turn away from the clues to the Douchois festival and the mysterious Eastern arcane power. Sir, I beg of you.
Bismarck rushes forward, attempting to pull back the guard and city gates with all her might. But her lack of sight impels her, unable to detect a hidden danger on the uneven, packed and sand road. A loose stone is enough to trip her, and despite the demands at the moment, it takes her time to get back up again.
Don't get any closer.
Madam, are you alright?
She actually helps Bismarck to her feet, with her other hand tightly gripping the empty glass bottle. They had countless unpredictable mishaps along the way, enough to write adventure stories few would believe, and experience more than enough to exhaust the will of any explorer. Perhaps simply allowing the city gates to close is a safer and more appropriate approach.
Maybe we should just give up, madam. I'm even thinking if all these things we've been through are just illusions. The unusual terrains, the teammates turned into striped horses, and now this nonsense. I won't let you go in there and risk your life.
Bismarck cannot see her companion's expression, but can hear the hesitation in her voice. It proves enough to add to her struggle to get up again.
No. On the contrary, child. The unknown people. The uncharted city. We are very close to what we've been chasing. We were born to run after these exciting and amazing things. You're also looking for an answer from Ask and Acquire, right? Besides, we have no idea how Mr. Julian and the others are doing. There is more to consider other than our own safety.
Well said. Speaking of which, the city is much safer than the wild. You have my word. As for me, I am the Li Zheng of the biggest merchants hub in this city. You can address me by my title.
Li Zheng?
He sounds like a decent gentleman.
Li Zheng, they are the intruders.
Noted. The situation is under control. No need to close the gate. The ladies look like foreign merchants. Their business is within my purview. Besides, it's holiday time. They could be here for the celebration. Don't be so harsh on them.
Understood.
The guard holds his hand in front of him and makes a gesture that Yingxing cannot understand before retreating to one side. A glimmer of expectation is reunited in the hearts of Yingxing and Bismarck, as if their misfortune might be at their
If
last
I am correct,
fate.
you have lost your pass, right?
We do have a pass, but it seems it doesn't work here.
Well, just an understandable mistake for people from afar. However, either for business or the Dushuo festival, it is troublesome without a proper pass.
Dushuo Festival? Is it taking place now?
That's what I said. I thought that is why you are here in Pei City.
Yes. We were told of it, but we've never been to one. We are not sure. We all heard of the legend about it.
So is the festival sung as a nursery rhyme in your tribe?
Tribe? We are not tribal people. We come from the north.
Northerners? Oh, I mistook you for the descendants of the Wu Sun from the westward. It is said that they have migrated outside the Jiuloman mountain. No one has ever met them until now. Your clothes also have a unique style. I should apologize for my mistake. What's more, this lady by your side has red hair, green eyes, and fair complexion. The features match the records in history books.
History books? Mr. Li Zheng, in your history books, do you have...
Like I said, you may just call me Li Zheng. The book says, Wu Sun, one of the tribes in the western regions, has the most unusual appearance. The present foreigners are their descendants with features of green eyes, red hair, and the looks of macaque monkeys.
Monkeys?
Maybe we can't believe every word in the book. No matter. Where were we just now? Was it...
Dushuo Festival. We are here for the festival.
Oh, right. Exactly.
Wait, what do you mean? When did they become Frieza? Yep, I was waiting for the thing to end first. With the tea time, I think it was probably 5 or 6 minutes ago. So I'll be back. Alright, we're back. So the tea we used was Stash, Merry Mint, Organic Green Tea. Okay, let's continue. The old man in front of her seems to be quite full of interest, and with his hands clasped, he resumes his topic.
The Pay City is famous for its grand celebration and joyful spirit during the festival. It attracts countless travelers from far away every year. I could only imagine how hard it was for you to arrive here. Well done. However, forgive me for being offensive. It seems you have lost sight in both eyes.
Yes. Would that be a problem?
Under this city's caring policy, you have the privilege of traveling without a pass. The gate guard is new here. I sincerely apologize for his offense.
He bows slightly, implying a subtle apology, and leads the two towards the city proper. But is Misu like a bitter or? But it's like soup, so yeah, I guess I don't know. Isn't there like a topic of like what's if you have a bowl of hot water? Savory. Well, what do you put in it?
Come, follow me. It is not safe to stay outside of the city. There have been many missing persons cases recently. We intensified the patrol in case someone is blocked out of their city and goes missing.
Wonder if he'll believe the story.
Cases.
Between further topics of conversation, the two follow the Zon's guidance and at last pass through the city gates. Oh, it was just that. So 8 questions and answers. Following a string of genuine exchanges, it becomes evident that honesty is essential. Stage 8. This John leading the two of them up the city walls to a connected inner chamber. The city cannot shake the notion that her next step will land on thin air until they can last enter the room, and she cannot let go. From the city gates to the room, the scenery is completely different from outside the city. Though in a short distance, she is very impressed.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Here, madam.
I don't feel any chairs around me. How am I going to...
It seems the people here sit on their heels. Here, cushion.
Just make yourself comfortable.
The two of them hobble onward, imitating the old man's affirming posture as they kneel down beside the low
You
table.
ladies look better now. What were you going to ask?
There are many fears and doubts in their hearts that beg expression. However, the first to break the silence is nothing more than an old query. Nothing more than an odd query.
Your walls, won't they collapse?
Why do you think that?
Because they seem to be made of only earth and stone. I don't think these materials can stand the weathering. Not to mention the wooden pavilion on the walls.
You draw the conclusion only by its appearance. In fact, the stakes are deeply driven into the ground and stand firmly. No need to worry about the peeling bricks and clay. It's just a sign of the city's longevity.
The city's longevity? So how old is this city?
As I recall, hundreds of years. Its annuals take up most of the library. Each volume records a decade. Considering the large quantity, hundreds may not be the best quantifier. There are many historical sites in the city. You may take your mother for a site tour.
Madame Besmirtz is not around.
Miss Pierre, oh, I apologize. I forgot about her sight.
Between his words, Lisanne instantly casts an apologetic glance at Bismarck's direction. Though she cannot see, she seems to feel something and turns her head towards his voice.
That's all right. People often mistake me for having good eyesight because I walk around freely like others.
The silver lining is, we have a caring policy in this regard. We're here to help whether you need assistance or not.
You keep talking about my eyesight. May I ask why?
The government is obliged to provide help to people with severe impairments, including those who have lost their sights in both eyes. Isn't it the same with the Northerners? Oh, if my question is offensive.
No, that's fine. More than fine, actually. In the North, I have to do more to be treated like an ordinary person.
I see. I've heard that people at the North idolize the strong and pay little attention to the weak. Little did I know the disabled enjoy no privilege. But now you are here with us in Pay City. Please rest at ease. Moreover, you speak fluent Hanese. I'm sure your stay here will go swimmingly.
You mean we're speaking the Hanese right now?
Yessa feels her hands being pressed slightly by Bismarck's own.
Are you not? It's interesting you ask. According to the records of the hub, most of the foreign merchants with fluent Hanese have lived a long time in the Central Plains. While you are obviously not one of them, neither have you paid frequent visits here. Otherwise, you wouldn't have forgotten a proper pass.
This somewhat insightful witness surprised Bismarck.
You're a man of sharp wit, I have to say. Back where we are from, merchants come and go, including those who speak your tongue. We've dealt with them a lot throughout the years. If it weren't for their advice, we wouldn't have made it this far on our first journey as a new caravan.
I see. Foreign merchants are well informed and welcomed by the citizens in Pay City. Oh, there are other foreign merchants in the hub. If you have no place to stay, the caravanserai there might be a good choice.
As he speaks, Lisanne takes out a sheet of paper from his large stack.
Take this with you. It is the pass to verify your identities. You can enjoy your stay here with it, or you might end up being expelled.
Thank you. Then how are we going to...
Please, show me the document you have now.
Certainly. Let me just...
I have them. I always have them with me, madam.
Oh, thank you. You are reliable as always, child.
They hand over a document in a brown paper envelope.
Thank you. I will take a look. Hold on a second.
On this document, besides the drawing, is it a year maybe? Let's see. Okay, on this document, besides the drawn red seal that roughly illustrates its purpose, the remaining description handwriting looks like a scroll symbol, with the beginning and end of a sentence connected hastily without leaving any gaps. The embarrassment between reader and writer grows like a bubble waiting to pop. Oops.
Looks like it's written in Turkish. Is it Turkish?
What? No, it...
Bess Mark makes a move before Jensen finishes speaking. She pats the girl's back and gestures for her to allow her to speak. Despite her doubts, the girl happily follows her lead.
Yes, a variation of it. This is the written language in the north. Yenny, this is the written language in your hometown, also known as Yeniseic, isn't it?
Jensen is almost certain that her companion is winking at her, despite her eyes being covered. Or perhaps it's just her own institution prompting her. She realized then, in a moment of enlightenment, that in the precarious situation, she may as well need to learn how to quickly accommodate these occasional lies.
Oh, yes. That's right.
My apologies. I should have known that our language is a rare kind in the Central Plains.
I understand. It's all right, but I'm afraid you have to write it down yourself, including where you came from. Please take this file as a reference.
Thank you. I'll do it. Sorry, but I don't think I can read it.
Hmm? Oh, my mistake. I should have realized the paperwork is much harder than oral communication. But the servant is not here today. All right. You can tell me and I'll write it down. Like this one. What did you come to the city for?
For business.
How many of you are there in the team?
7, including us.
There were 7 of us.
Were? Where are they now?
This is also what we are trying to find out. On our way here, they were transformed into horses and taken away by a giant bird.
Transform into horses? Then how come you didn't get transformed?
We have no idea. Perhaps because Madame Besmertz and I are arcanists, while the others are humans.
What do you mean? Does the giant bird only attack humans? Then how does he identify them? There's no huge difference between humans and arcanists, after all.
What?
No huge difference.
This is an answer they were never considered before. Or rather, it is a premise that seems so distant to their own views that it defies even considered. As they're saying, a diamond was no different from a clump of soil.
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. Let's go back to the difference between humans and Arcanus later. My guess is there might be something wrong with the water. We found a river when crossing the steppe. Our teammates were too thirsty and drank the water in haste. Then we realized something was wrong.
Yes, it came from the northwest. Not a big one, but quite clean.
That might be the main river of Pei City, called Pei Lin River. But it's been shrinking these past years. Also, there are no cases of people drinking it and turning into horses. What were the features of that giant bird?
He has black or brown wings, red tail feathers, and a man's face.
Also, as I recall it, he has the voice of a young man.
So in that world, it's like mostly like like, you know, people with like psychic powers. So right now, I'm not sure what Bismarck's power is, but hers is she's able to, you know, use water as a compass. So I'm not sure if she's like able to, like, what other stuff she does with water. But like, for her powers for like fighting, she's a healer, support. So there's like different like, you know, it's like people with powers mostly. Yeah, Abby.
A giant bird with a man's face. A feather man. Did he play a musical instrument?
He played a stick-like instrument. His music could lead the horses to where he went.
Was there a bone-like wand with him?
Wait, how does he know?
Could be, but I'm not sure. He was so far away from us.
I have a rough idea now. If that's what I think it is, even though he is not a Shangre, I have to say...
What are the horses lost causes? Bismarck just adjusts her kneeling position, keening sensing a new development.
Sounds like something happened when you last met.
The giant bird, or the featherman as we say, was considered a Shangre by some citizens. It is because he looks like the legendary Goemang.
What is this Xiangrei? Is it some kind of guardian?
Not exactly. In most cases, Shangre is just Yao, but in a good way. They are benevolent, using their power to help people and bless the area. Before your report, there was someone else witnessing a featherman with a bone wand. He once brought some animals to the jutsu and claimed they were transformed from humans.
This is exactly what happened to our teammates.
If these two are the same featherman, then he is very likely involved in these missing persons cases.
Oh, the cases you mentioned. I see.
Too bad that witness couldn't remember anything, even the slightest feature, for us to draw a picture. Since no one could provide other evidence, her word was considered nonsense. The Fatsao thought she was possessed and suggested she take a break in her hometown during the holiday.
We want to pay her a visit. Will she come back?
Zong waves his hand. There's little value to be gleaned from such a faulty clue.
I'm afraid not. She worked as a Julie in the Jutsu. It's not a crucial position, but clearly not suitable for a possessed person. There's someone filling in for her now.
Yancy grips the fabric on her knee and as she's persistent as a soldier when executing orders. And this time, it's no different.
What if I can offer a drawing of the featherman? He was far away in mid-air at the time. I couldn't see the details, but I remember his outline and the color of his wings. Besides, I have experience in making sketches and maps. I can totally make a drawing of him.
Sketch? Map? But we can only attach your drawing to the wanted poster for the moment. We can't put him in prison without solid evidence. Everything is yet to be confirmed by the court. But a drawing is better than nothing. Please give it a try. Here's the brush and the ink.
Let's see how funny the picture is gonna be. Yes, he approaches the table and picks up the brush that you used to write just moments ago.
This is the same long pen you just used?
That's right.
And this is the ink? But it won't adhere to the pen.
To get the liquid ink, you need to rub the ink stick on the inkstone first. It's fine. I'll rub it for you. You can focus on the drawing.
Old man rolls up his sleeves and deftly grinds out some ink for Jensen to dip the brush in. And the girl does not hesitate to write.
Huh? The lines it draws are really heavy. And do we only have the black ink?
No, there are different colors.
May I have the red one?
Please hold on. I will get it for you.
Panzer, welcome back. The slow and steady footsteps gradually move away. To be continued. 9. Chaos on the streets. Restrained Dutch. Restraint. What? Stage 9. Chaos on streets.
This is great. With your drawing, we can issue wanted posters to find the Featherman.
I wonder what's he, is he a good drawer or what's the picture look like?
You stay silent. Any questions or concerns?
You mentioned the former employee of the GC, or should I call her the Gilet? You said she had seen the Featherman and the animals he brought. Then maybe he will come again today. If he shows up with our horse teammates.
That is to say, the Featherman she saw is the same person you met.
The old man follows his train of thought to his destination, frowns and ponders, before taking the brush from its holders yet again. He neatly spreads out the new piece of paper, rubs the ink stick on the slab, and begins to write with a calm and swift hand.
In this case, a visit to the Jitsu might be a good choice for you. I will write her letter for you. Please take it to the Jitsu and show it to Jiunangzi, the current Chu Li. If the Featherman has been there, you can take over the animals he brought to her. Even if he hasn't, you can still proceed with the letter, since Jiunangzi is a very warm-hearted. She should be in the Jitsu right now. You can find her there.
Thank you.
With this glimmer of hope, the turbulence emotion of these two strangers in a strange land finds itself anchored, temporary at least. The market! Oh, inside the city. After receiving their passes, they are finally permitted into the city. Colorful silk hanging between pointed eaves. People bustle around, taking no action of extraordinary beauty. On both sides of the street, there's a silver or copper charcoal pot in front of every house, crackling subtly and bringing spots of warmth to the cold days.
We should go, Yenny.
They walked in the direction indicated by Lizal, from the silent neighborhood to the dusty and bustling markets. The predators and street performers lay a steady claim to their space, forming eddies in the stream of pedestrians that flow towards the center of the main boulevard. The more people flow towards the intersection, the more crowded it becomes, until it becomes a slow-moving throng, impeding anyone wishing to move through it.
This is going to take forever if we have to follow the crowd. Madam, do you think we can take the gaps between the houses? Or find a shortcut? That'd be even better.
Insisting on politeness in a crowded space like this can often lead to an accident.
Careful. What's wrong?
Sorry, we were in a hurry. Are you alright?
Oh, no problem. Don't worry about the bumping. Oh, aren't you the foreigners? I've never seen any red hair in the city. It's pretty. It's holiday time. It's fine to stumble into people. But what's with the rush? Where are you going?
We're going to the GC.
Oh, but the way there is crowded with visitors. Maybe you can take the other road.
The gauntly dressed woman frowns, clearly pondering how to describe it, but is just too distracted by the commotion. A group of strange black creatures appears from a nearby, dragging along their tails, before soaring into the sky.
Huh? Oh no, they're Druids! What are they doing in the street during the daytime?
Juliet? What's that? Some kind of critter?
They jump down from the eaves, flapping their sticky little wings and violently rushing a wave of flying dust accompanied by strangely fragrant drops of water.
An extraordinary smell. Like liquor.
The travelers on the streets run away, harangued by the creatures flapping their wings at them everywhere they turn.
Why are they here? Oh, I smell liquor. A lot of liquor. Who broke the liquor jar and attracted them here?
People, a Julia in the street during daytime is a sign of auspiciousness. Stay calm.
It's coming our way. Watch out, madam.
It seems as though the ringleader movements are even more exaggerated than the others, perhaps realizing that it's been underestimated. It flies straight towards the center of the crowd, riddling its talons.
Let's kill time together.
Yeah, I know. And it's still the city.
Oh,
Need me to get you guys an ambulance?
3, 2, 1, down.
Ta-da! Time for a special massage.
Planting. Handy. Planting. 3, 2, 1, down.
This is not bad for a stretch.
The Zenzi edition has dominated the streets. Wait, the Zenyu edition to dominate the streets is ended by a sudden intrusion of rampaging livestock that bursts into the scene. The middle of beasts, pedestrians, flyers soon become entirely chaotic, and no one person seems to have a grasp of what is happening beyond the end of their noses.
Sorry. You guys, come back. Bad boy, the girl.
Is she the farmer for these pets?
What's going on? All this shouting and running about. I smell liquor and dust. What happened?
A kind of low local animal named Juliet popped up in the street. Maybe they're arcane creatures? I don't know. I've never seen one in books. The liquor smell probably comes from them. And I think a herd of livestock rushed out of the fence over there. But I can't see it clearly. Sorry, madam. We are not supposed to stop here.
Annoying the chaos around them, the two travelers decide to leave before even more commotion starts. This bizarre scene of animals, critters, and people leaping every which way and everywhere has never been part of their plan.
We are already having enough trouble with the Juye. Who not tell these festive animals now?
It seems life has been fit to frustrate their plan yet again.
Wait. 九娘子?
The familiar name hums in Listen's mind.
九娘子, aren't you supposed to be in the Zhici, Zhongguo Towers? What are you?
No time for explaining. Anyway, there. And I'm losing them.
Junamse? That's the one Li Zhang told us to talk to, isn't it?
The horses. A panic sweat drips down her forehead. If she lets go down, these wild creatures will wreak havoc on the market street and everyone on it.
Madam,
Yanxi's instinct tells her to step forward. She looks forward to Zenzi, still outside of sight in the distance. They turn back to look at Bismarck. Bismarck can feel her gaze and nods gently.
I'll wait here.
That's who we're trying to roll for! Two of the horses suddenly bolted forward, as if testing the strength of the people behind them. The girl in the center of the crowd strains to keep her eyes fixed on the horde of animals that are matching her strength. Her obvious wanting control does nothing to control the chaos. All she can do is twist the belt ropes tightly in her hand, winding in one loop to another.
Oh, let me help. Oh yeah, I'll help too. I wonder how these animals got out.
Is it this moment that finally heeding the call to come to their senses? The crowd begins to rush forward.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Please, help me. Pull harder. Hold on. We'll get a break on the house.
After a short while, with help from the other streetgoers, she managed to get the rampaging, if festively decorated, animals back under control. She deftly ties the quilled animals to the flagpole, then, breathing a well-earned sigh of relief, lets the rope finally slack down from her hands.
Oh dear, thank you so much. I couldn't do this without you. Making so much trouble on the first day of work.
She pants heavily, still recovering from her battle, a battle to defend her homeland.
Where were you, 九娘子? I didn't see you in the tavern.
九娘子.
Me? I was in the Jitsu.
What were you doing there?
Mr. Liu, did you forget again? The former Zhili went back to her hometown. 九娘子 is the new Zhili now.
No, that's not it. I'm just, covering for her. I was counting the festive animals, and then I heard the noise outside.
You must have been distracted by the storyteller, huh? He was telling the end of the story today, so you would never miss it.
Well, yeah. I thought he might tell the story of Xiang Rui, so I hurried out and forgot to lock the fence. Oh.
You were talking about Xiang Rui again. People would think you were another storyteller if they didn't know you just really like these tales.
Are your palms bruised? Go to my clinic for medicine if it hurts.
Remember the drinks on the house?
Of course, I will. Thank you so
Mhm.
much.
She speaks with warm familiarity to the other's residence, but keeps an eye in the direction of the tea house, as though anxious to confirm whether the storyteller from before is still there. After seeing his swaying figure in the distance, a look of joy lightens up her face. The unseen quality observes the scene and retreats. Turning around to walk towards Bismarck, the conversation among the locals flows into the air, allowing her to confirm a crucial
Please
fact.
follow me, madam. That lady must be the Julie that Li Zhang mentioned. Please mind your steps as we are walking in a mess now. We need to follow the crowd and see if we will have a chance to talk to her.
Let's put aside the Juliet for now.
Huh?
Little sooner than they reach the tea house, do they notice a crowd rushing towards a stone platform, filling up every nearby space before they had the chance to find a seat. The crowd fills the tea house slightly. The surge of people pushes Bismarck and Vincent right in the front of the store. He speaks with elegance, as if possessing some strange magic that naturally attracts even those who didn't go there but to hear him.
It was the 7th year of his reign. Yao granted an audience to an envoy offering a treasure from the Zhejiang kingdom. The envoy had a strange face and a bulgy chest. He claimed to have come from somewhere millions of miles away from the Yumen Pass. This bird is born with the talent for human languages and the phoenix's voice. Our people see it as a Shang Rui, and I am here to offer it to you, Your Majesty. Then Yao and his people saw a real giant bird. It was as huge as a mountain and as dazzling as a phoenix. It had an azure body and red tail feathers.
Was it really a phoenix?
No. The bird was called Niemang. It was said to be able to read one's bones, change their fate, and even remove misfortune. Yao was pleased with the gift, and kept the bird in Dushua Mountain. Naturally, that very bird was the ancestor of all the Miamongs nowadays.
The envy in the eyes of the girl clan, and green matches her attire completely.
Have you seen a Myanmar with your own eyes?
Be patient and listen. Miamongs tend to inhabit silent and clean environments. So since the ancient times, the people have always cleaned their yards carefully from time to time, hoping the Shang Ruis will gather and stay beside them. It may not work immediately, but it makes things possible in the long term.
Ah, so that's why we have the tradition of cleaning the yards on Shuri.
Exactly. Some even make Miamong statues with jewelry and use them to decorate their homes, hoping the Miamongs will bless the family. Remember the chicken statues on your roof? Actually, they are not chickens, but Miamongs. So are those birds you see in the paper cutouts on the doors.
After saying this, he lifts a piece of red paper, carved in the shape of a particular familiar bird.
Look, everyone. This is the Mayamong.
The crowd expresses underwhelmed disappointment.
But this looks like a normal chicken.
More like a capercaillie to me. And like the bird I just threw, isn't it?
The way he is speaking is interesting, rhythmic, like singing. It would be great if there was some music to accompany him. Something is missing in his story without the music. If he could...
Before Blizzard can finish speaking, the red paper instantly ignites in the hands of the storyteller, and before touching his fingers, it becomes ash and falls onto the stone parlor. The little boy standing beside him stands on his tiptoes. He quickly takes the initiative to sweep the ashes into the charcoal pot below.
Among the 5 elements, Miamong belongs to the fire. That's why people set fire in spring to drive away misfortunes. Speaking of...
Yen's attention is diverted. She witnesses the children's movement, but doesn't yet understand the meaning behind them, choosing to stare ahead until the crackling sound explodes behind her.
What is this noise?
It seems no one cares about the noise of the cracker. Only Zhu Zhenzi, who has previously worked so hard to restore order for the bustling city, turns around with the 2 of them. As she turns around, she seems to remember something and shows a remorseful look.
The cracker. Shoot! I almost forgot! Sorry. Excuse me. Please let me go out.
You won't listen to the rest? It's still early. Oh, are you going back to the tavern to make our drinks?
Not drinks, but other stuff. Oh, and drinks on the house tomorrow.
Everyone chuckles warmly, making way for Junzi, who holds the bismarck to prevent her from falling behind. This time, they follow her without incident, despite the stranger's otherwise eye-catching hair. Everyone's attention seems to focus intently on the storytellers beginning the legend. We're at the 3-hour mark. Thank you. What is it, kiddo? Just a few pieces of red paper, man. Just a few pieces of red paper, man. They must have fallen from the Zinju. As the gentleman just said, they are probably related to the unique Eastern prayer custom. It is said that by cutting these pieces of paper into shape, you can make a wish to the gods and receive their blessing. Prayers, what can we do? People who travel often say that they follow the custom of their destination. I think we should also try this custom. But we need to be safe. Of course, ma'am, they said that each design corresponds to a prayer. If you figure it out before you do it, it won't be a problem. Like this. Cut paper horses to receive this blessing. Okay. What's this one? Okay, we'll use the top one, I guess. Alright, so let's earn some more tickets. Treat them right. For your safety, do not accept invitations from strangers to visit their homes. Not far away, Jinsensi can be seen stopping near the post where the animals were tied, vaguely moving as if whispering something to them.
Can you understand me? Can you tell me where you are from?
Hello.
Instant waits the moment for walking forward and attempting to pat her shoulder. The girl turns around to reveal her young and eager face.
What's wrong? I don't know you. Have we met before?
I don't think so. We just arrived here.
Really? Oh, welcome to Pay City.
Nancy cannot help but hold her eyes on the bundle of heat rope the girl is holding in her hand, and that many animals are now tied to the end. Jusensi blinks, then blinks again, as though realizing that the other girl is staring at. A blush quickly rises to her cheeks, like two sunset clouds.
Oh, you were on the street, weren't you? I am so sorry. I didn't mean to make such a scene there. I promise it was just an accident.
I can imagine. You reacted quickly and saved us from more trouble.
No. It was my responsibility. And the people on the street also gave me a hand there. How can I help you? Please, feel free to let me know.
She seems to be a warm-hearted type.
Here is the case. The people call you Junangzi, and you work in the Jisi, right?
Yes.
Li Zhang told us to find you, and we happened to hear your conversation on the street. So, did the Featherman come here today?
Featherman? You mean the Xiangrui out of the city? I heard that he had been here. As for today, I have no idea.
What about the animals in the fence? Any new ones?
I'm not sure about that either. When I arrived at the Jutsu this morning, there were already many festive animals in the fence. They're getting more and more. How weird is that?
Josensi mutters honorably before turning around, pointing out the culprits who caused her so much trouble earlier with her index finger. Josensi inspects the creatures briefly, but does not seem to notice any difference. It seems to be a show of common livestock, where various cattle, sheep, and horses might compete to show their worth.
See? They all look alike. I can't tell which of them were brought here today. Counting is troublesome as well. I always think, where am I? If only I could read and write. You write them down, then you won't miscount.
Our teammates have been turned into striped horses, like these. Actually, we are a team of merchants. When we reached the outskirts of the city, our teammates were turned into horses and brought away by a giant bird. Li Zhang said that bird was probably the featherman they've been looking for, and he appeared around the Jesse once. That's why we are here to ask for help.
They're not horses, I suppose.
Jinzhi seems hesitant to say anything further.
But how is that possible? Are you saying that the Featherman can turn people into horses? I don't understand. How did he get this power? Is it because he is the Xiangrui?
Upon hearing the word Zandre again, Bismarck's interest is immediately captured.
We've also heard about the Zhongrui from the storyteller. It does sound like some kind of local guardian.
Guardian? Is it the gods of Sheti we're talking about?
Oh yes, the gods of Sheti. These are the gods you serve. I guess Zhongrui is closer to a local legend, like a reputed arcanist in this area. The use of arcane skills seems common here. Perhaps there are also many arcanists around. But, could you please tell us more about the gods of Sheti?
There are 12 or 13 of them, I guess? That's all I know. I can't read most of their names. Oh, but I know this year is the year of Zhishu. We will bring lots of festive animals to the Broken Bridge to worship it. The Fortune Walk and Bridge Leap are the most fun parts. We go to the Broken Bridge on the cliff with the animals, count our steps, and swing our bodies, like dancing. And at last, we will try to jump over it.
Jump over a broken bridge on the cliff? It sounds dangerous and quite familiar.
Bismarck knows exactly what Jinzhi is hinting at. A familiar rule of ask and acquire resurfaces in their minds, but no one attempts to ask it out loud. So that Jinzhi's explanation interrupts their thoughts with perfect timing.
No, we can't do that. No one has ever done that. Even the goats can't do that, let alone humans. We'll also cast arcane skills as safety measures to protect anyone from falling. The valley is deep down there. Once you fall down, you're not coming back.
Intriguing. And who's in charge of the safety measures, may I ask?
The staff in the Jutsu is the place to manage arcane affairs in the Pei City. But not me. I'm new here, filling in for the former Julie after she went back to our hometown. They told me to take care of Jutsu for a couple of days. That's good enough for me.
Her eagerness is able to help is clear.
So, simply put, you're a doorkeeper?
The barber of her conclusion makes Jinzhi flustered in a wet blush.
I'm not just keeping the door safe. I do stuff too. Take good care of those startled by the firecrackers. There is a kind of firecracker enhanced by arcane skill. It can make a huge sound. Much more louder than what you heard in the tea house.
Please forgive her. She didn't mean to hurt your feelings. We speak bluntly in the north.
Oh, it's alright. I can tell she's a bit anxious. But it's not getting us anywhere. Like, pigs can't learn how to climb in a day. Or, let's think another way. Do you recognize your teammates from these horses? Let me see. There are 1, 2, 3 striped horses. Come see for yourself.
can't. There was little time for me to memorize the difference. Besides, even if they are my teammates, 2 of them are still missing.
More than 3 teammates? When 3...
Is she bad at math? Jin Jinsi counts out the numbers on her fingers, calculating with great care.
How about we wait and see what Li Jong has found out? That's right, child. Didn't Li Jong leave us with a letter?
Oh, right, I almost forgot. Please read this, Miss Junang-se. It may have clues about the Featherman.
She produced the letter, offering it to the girl. Jun Sisi opens it in front of them without a moment's hesitation. But all Yunsen can see on is several drawings.
Make the fence taller, get off work earlier, and go back to the tavern? What is he trying to say? What do these have to do with the Featherman?
Jin Sisi mutters to herself as she stares at the picture of the letter, before frowning and smoothing it out. She clumsily folds it and chips it out to her waist.
Don't worry, I'll pay close attention to the new horses for you. If there's any good news, I'll ask Li Zheng to tell you.
You're so kind. But we just got here and haven't decided where to stay for the night. How are we going to keep Li Jong informed once we find a place to rest?
Oh, I see.
An answer leaps to her mind, bursting through and out at the same time.
How about staying in my tavern? I forgot to tell you that I'm the owner of a tavern. And I'm doing it well. It is located in the Merchant's Hub, 2 streets away from the Jutsu. Li Zheng will know your whereabouts since he's in charge of the hub. Oh, I'll take you back to the tavern. Also, escort these animals back to the Jutsu. You can check out other animals there as well.
Good idea.
That'd be great. Saves us from all the trouble sleeping on the street.
Let's go then. Oh, the street looks beautiful later in the night. You can't miss the golden lanterns and bonfires lit on Dushuo Festival. They light up the sky and the street as if it's daytime. Everything seems brighter at night.
To be continued. See, so it's 1 a.m. right now. So is there anything else we could do? Let's... Stage 11, Night Talk. A breathtaking number of animals lies within the Zinchi, a fact that only hinders their efforts to find their companions. After weighing their options, they decide to follow Jun Zinzi and settle in the tavern first. The weary travelers are more than eager to relieve their fatigue after journeying non-stop for so long. And they've more than earned it, because strange things have indeed happened to them non-stop for several days.
Madam, what do you think about Junang's words? Could that be ask in the choir?
Jumping over a broken bridge is like jumping over a canyon or climbing over a mountain. It's a condition that cannot be met, like those merchants said.
An inevitable price?
Both of them fall silent, lost in thought. However, Bestmark doubts do not seem to have fallen on deaf ears. A Jinzen responds while walking out from the tavern.
The broken bridge outside the city? Oh, I'm so sorry. The chairs in the lobby have not been cleaned yet. Please take a seat here just for now.
Oh, don't worry about it. Thank you for letting us stay here. As for the broken bridge we talked about, can you tell me more about it?
When I first got here, the bridge was already broken. Beneath that is a deep canyon. Across that canyon stands the Yuan Temple. You can't see it from the other side of the bridge. It's surrounded by fog. So, I'm not sure if there really is a temple there or not.
The Yuan Temple.
They say you can talk to Zhishu in the Yuan Temple. Be faithful and ask it. It will answer you. What did they call this? The divination, I think? They also said that the fog was strange. You can't stay there for long, or you'll pass out and get overexcited. Well, I haven't seen such things so far.
So that's what the fog
But
was.
even so, people of that time still rushed there and prayed. Doesn't it mean that the divination is for real? After the bridge was broken, no one's wish was ever granted.
Seems odd. There was already a bridge in the first place. Why wouldn't people rebuild it in all these years?
Oh, I can answer this one. The river dried out. People couldn't swim across, and the cliffs between the mountains were too dangerous to jump over. But if one can be the new Xiangrui, the problem will be solved. The Xiangruis are awesome. They protect the city, help the people. There's nothing they can't do.
As she speaks, she sinks into her own personal contemplation.
Never mind. We'll check the striped horses in the Jisi again tomorrow.
Thanks for the hydrate
Alright, I'll go with you.
and the posture
It's
check.
time to rest now. I got the rooms cleaned for you upstairs. And here, take the liquor with you. They can help you sleep tight. You got to have some.
Thanks for the
Sorry,
stretch.
Miss Nancy. I don't drink. Neither does Madame Besmer.
Why did you call me Miss twice? You want some water? Wait a second, please. The water jars are on the other side of the yard. I'll get it for you.
His glasses now.
Oh, I can do it myself. You don't have to.
Oh, it's pink.
Fine. There's no light near the jar. You need to cross the stream. I'm afraid you might get lost.
Thank you.
Once the girl's voice and features are served by the night, Yinsen turns to look at best scenes. Let's see, can we breed? No, just that one. Because it's just it's a dragon pet mod thing or dragon chat pet chat game thing. She seemed puzzled, or perhaps just tired.
There were so many different striped horses in the GC. I couldn't recognize them at all. We are going to get up early tomorrow. Please, have some water and go to bed.
I'm not thirsty, thank you. But I do feel like some rest.
Hey, Vitamin.
I'll take you to the room.
How's your day? The girl returns from fetching water, only to find Zinxi alone in the hallway. Looking around and not seeing Bestmark, She walks over and naturally sits where Bismarck sat earlier.
I didn't see you from there. I thought you went to sleep.
Oh, sorry. Madame Bismarck is tired, so... Thank you for helping us.
Oh, my day was pretty good.
Here's the water.
She takes up the turmeric, she takes up the turmeric cup. Wait. Is slightly surprised. In her mind, a material like this is one of two extremes: crudeness and finesse. One of the handmade rough bowls used by the police. At the latter, yet this cup is a combination of the two extremes. It is used by the ordinary tavern owner, but is marked by a refined, tasteful. She rubs the side of the cup with her fingers, gently brushing across the painted pattern, as if feeling a fine porcelain vase.
The cup.
What's wrong?
It looks expensive.
It's a gift I received. I don't know how much it costs, but it's delicate, isn't it?
Yes, it is delicate.
Eunice feels compelled to rub the surface of the ceramic cup again, as though she cannot bear to part from it and lose herself in thought. The only Mario Party I have is the Superstar one. Yep.
The pattern is a Lu Shu, also a kind of Xiangrui. See? It's majestic. The tail is like the sunset clouds. I really like it. I hope you do too.
Oh, thanks for the stretch again.
And it looks a bit like those striped horses in the Jesse. Both of them are similar to horses.
But people still think they're horses, don't they?
Sure they do. I think this species is native to Pei City. It's an interesting discovery and will help enrich our travel notes.
Lindsay lowers her head to look at the cup in her own hand. Yinsei can smell a fervent aroma emanating from within, like kvass, but without the sweet aroma of wheat.
She's in bed now. I can only drink it for her.
Your drink smells good. Is this the liquor that helps one sleep tight?
Not exactly. It's just unfiltered liquor.
Sounds like you have a lot of different kinds of liquor here.
Sure we do. There are a lot of different liquors. The unfiltered ones, the clear ones, the ones made of herbs, the fine ones, and on and on. Bedtime liquors made of herbs with spine date seeds.
I thought liquor was just liquor. At least there aren't so many types in my hometown.
Well, to be honest, I too have no idea why they are still liquor, though they have different names. If the color is the standard to classify them, then what am I when I'm wearing different colored clothes? Am I not Zhou Nyangzi anymore?
Zhou Nyangzi. Shocked, Yanessa cannot help but break into a laugh. Seeing the other girl smile, Yanessa's eyes begin to sparkle. She nods and decides to go one step further and express her thought.
That is to say, if your teammates are turned into horses or other animals in different colors, are they not your teammates anymore?
They are. Of course.
Yanessa stops talking. This childless conversation might have caused her to erupt with laughter, but the weight of the situation is still acute, and her worry swells deep within her. What are good days for you? The chirping of birds in the cold night gently blankets the sound of her anxious breathing.
I'm worried, actually. Well, maybe not just worried. I don't know.
Looks like you really miss your teammates.
Miss them? I won't use this word to describe my feeling. All I'm thinking is they were turned into animals because I gave them the wrong direction. What if they can't turn back to who they really are?
Let's see. So for those days, is it only the morning times, or? Because I usually work on the Sunday mornings, so I can't do Sundays. But Monday and Tuesday, are you also? Is that also in the mornings? So I'm not sure if you want to do something around like, well, what time is Mr. X available? Because I think I could probably do like 7, like around like 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure like if what the time difference was. Is it an hour difference or is it 2 hours? Okay. The frankness of her own inquiry unmasked the long unease Insee has been harboring since entering this strange city. After speaking, she holds her breath and controls the impulse to turn back and look towards Birthmark. For a moment, she is no longer even sure.
But I don't think that will happen. Things won't get any worse. There must be a way. I promise. Like the clouds turn colorful, pool water gets sweet like liquor. There are many signs of auspiciousness. They just need time. Think about it. What if the story about the Yuan Temple is real? Maybe there will be another way for you to recognize your teammates. Even if the Featherman is not the Xiangrui, there are other Xiangruis in the city. All in all,
The rocks her brains to find another way to pursue Yin, but is stopped by another girl before she can begin. Despite the cultural difference between the two of them, Yenise feels a urge of warmth from her brief, trembling words.
Miss. No, Junangse. I see what you mean. I really do.
Yenise takes a deep breath and inhales both calm emotions and words together, so that the light white smoke drifts away.
Thank you.
it's nothing. I will definitely help you. Oh, here's some other spine date seeds. Drink the water, and I'll go make you a cup of tea with the seeds. It also helps you sleep.
Yenise shoots up to immediately rummage around in the bag beside her as she urges Yenise to drain what is left in her cup. Yenise drinks down all of the cold sweet water and hands the still compelling cup back to her. She then watches Yenise step into the porch and runs back to the hall on the trot. She takes a long breath and turns to look at the arid night sky. It seems even in a strange city like this, she can enjoy the same bright moon steps as the steps. Dancing dolls. Down the first cup, then the second, and the third. Don't stop drinking. The current of night has already fallen, and even after drinking another cup of tea, promised to induce drowsiness, Yenise finds that sleep invades her. In theory, someone so heavily fatigued should fall asleep the very moment the opportunity presents itself, but not for her. On the contrary, her mind, so sick of worries, seems to run faster now than ever in the stillness of the night. She stands up, steps away from the couch, and treads lightly down the stairs. Welcoming even her own dreams, she wanders around without direction.
The yard, go downstairs, and through the main hall.
Groping around for the railing in the darkness, she walks up and down, then down. One step, another step as she descends. What's that sound?
What's that sound? Where does it come from? Who is it? Someone's
Familiar?
singing?
Without realizing it, she departs the second floor and follows the sound of the spacious halls of the tavern. With the cascading moonlight and melodious singing, the scene lays out before her is one that defies description.
What? The striped horses. How come they are glowing? What on earth is happening?
What is happening?
Боже мой.
With its red mane and numerous stripes, the horse stands. The singing continues, almost freezing it in place. She turns around sharply, trying to escape the sound, only to realize.
Are they asking me to drink? Junangzi, where are you? Is she?
Now, the wooden dolls, originally submerged in the stream in the courtyard, has begun to climb up the banks. They surround her, spinning, singing, contorting, with bodies clearly possessing a flexibility beyond what wood should possess. Using this odd flexibility, they repeatedly lift their full cups towards Yenise.
No.
Making a choice now requires next to no thought. The innocent jumps out from their enclosures and runs towards the other side of the yard, towards the water jar. Fortunately, she clearly remembers the location pointed out by Yunzenzi.
I can't go back to my room. Need to lead them away.
The wooden doll still sings happily, as if they're only playing a game of tag.
Nothing unexpected.
for now.
Shields. Let's see.
Planting.
Do the seeds. Yes, I know. What? You still don't recognize me? What about now? Time for a special massage.
Planting.
Do the seeds.
Planting.
Ta-da! Time for a special massage.
This is not bad for a stretch.
The wooden doll stages disorganized offensive, with a piercing song that twists the perspective of her surroundings. She can only stand by the water jar in a consistent retreat, constantly nearing the dead end. Clack, clack, clack.
No! I can't stop here. I must go further. Come here! This way!
The wooden figure has no ears, so it's seemingly unlikely to hear or understand her. Nevertheless, they are lured in, leaping forward with strange enthusiasm. Never tiring, just like those cups, always lifted high, constantly spilling and overfilling. They immediately stop their siege of Yenisei and abruptly turns towards a tall tree in the courtyard.
Huh? Where are they going?
We can see a rhythm player heavily and faster than before as they jump a few more hops towards the bottom of the tree.
Be off.
A wand of bone flies from the darkness, scattering liquor and shattering the wooden figures into pieces. Scenario comes back to the scene, the end coming as swiftly as its
They're
beginning.
conjured so feebly.
Who is it?
Hmm? It's you.
You! The Featherman who stole our horses!
No matter. You're leaving with me.
Leave me alone! What is going on?
Silence. It's dangerous here, and words are no help to us.
Her struggles proves futile in the howling wind. The sound of flapping wings, punctured by the shrieking girls, gradually fades in the distance, leaving only a disordered mess as evidence in the courtyard. In the morning, Jinzi walks into the shambolic scene. A still intact wooden doll bounces around, gathering the remains of its kind into a ball.
What's going on? I told you to keep the house, not to tear it down. You are good host, offering a drink. Offer a drink to whom? Those two ladies should be soundly asleep upstairs. One was downstairs at night. Birdman with her. Birdman? You mean that Featherman? He had been here? What was he doing here? He's not even a Shangri, nor is he doing anything good. Do not offer a drink to him. If I were the one treating him, I would... He took one with him. I...
What?
Wait, what? Took whom with him? Scarlet. Brown took away Scarlet. Brown? Scarlet? What color is that? Ugh, you're just confusing me. I'll make you one more mouse next time. What on earth are you talking about? Be careful. I'll help you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Where's Yenisei? Did you see her upstairs or in the yard?
Are you talking about your red-haired friend? Did she go out?
No, not very likely. She would have told me if she was going out. Or at least ask someone to pass on the message. Did you really not see her today?
No. Not this morning, no.
The missing persons cases. Is this how they happened?
I don't know. Li Zheng didn't make it in time to tell me the details.
I'm only saying, if this is another missing case, there must be a clue or two telling us what happened. Could you please look around and see if she left anything in the yard?
Hey, Millie.
She must have been taken from there, or I would have definitely heard the noises.
Stay calm. Let's go ask Li Zheng.
Wait.
What's wrong?
I sense an arcane energy. Someone cast a skill in the yard. Follow me.
Where are you going? You can't see. Just tell me. I'll take you there.
No. Please follow me.
You're heading toward the water jar. I was here last night to get water.
It's somewhere close to the water jar. I sense it clearly.
Is this a bone?
That makes sense. Li Zheng told us that the Featherman uses a bone wand. Yenisei also saw something similar in that giant bird's hand when we faced him outside the city.
I knew it! Now we have the proof! We can...
No, it's not enough. And Yenisei is missing.
Why not enough? He left his bone wand, which means he was here before. And your friend is missing. Still not enough to prove his guilt?
But only Yenisei knows what the giant bird looks like. She also drew the picture of that bird. Without her, we cannot confirm that the Featherman and the giant bird are the same creature.
I don't understand. You're saying that even if we have his bone wand, we can't prove anything?
Exactly.
But I think you're overthinking.
Bismarck raised her head slightly, covering her confusion in subtle movements.
I mean, whether enough or not, it's not up to us, right? I know nothing about the law. It just doesn't feel right. I'm just thinking we should do something because you are sad.
You have a point. Then, we...
Let's go to the Jitsu now. Li Zheng will be there today. He's supposed to tell me something about the Dushuo festival. Let's tell him what happened today. He will know what to do.
Sure.
To be continued. Let's see. Do we get what we got? Okay. Okay, at least we could buy one wish thing. Yeah, probably gonna call it for tonight. I was getting a little bit sleepy. So I guess I'll play the trailer while I'm looking for somebody who we could raid out to.
Are we really going in the right direction? This place is nothing but grass, grass and grass. The Eastern arcane skill, you said, is just a deception.
No one is begging you to stay here.
Oh, two foreign merchants. I'm Jiu Nyangzi, filling in for the former Zhili. Are you in trouble?
Our teammates were turned into horses and brought away by a talking giant bird.
You should not be here. The Featherman is related to some disappearances in the city.
You're a Xiangrui. Why do you have to do that?
Stop this now, or even a real Xiangrui cannot save you from the disaster.
They pretended to be merchants to get into the city, but they are actually with the Featherman.
Casting the Eastern arcane skill we're looking for requires a price. A terrible price.
The picture of the wanted is complete. Please have a look.
Great! All thanks to that foreign lady. She must be good at painting?
So we're gonna. Yeah, no. Alright, we're gonna raid out to Remy. Necro. They're playing Valheim. So, alright, let's go do the raid. So, Remy. Alright, so thanks everyone again for coming out to today's stream. Thank you Panzer for the sub. Thank you It's Fluffy Panda for the raid. Thank you Suki for the raid. Hope everyone has a great night. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys next time.